What were the Twin Towers? Chapter 9. 9/11. September 11, 2001 was a day that changed not only the United States, but the entire world. The second al-Qaeda attack was different from the 1993 bombing of the North Tower. That was carried out by a small group of terrorists, with two men driving an explosive-filled van into the North Tower's parking garage. The 9/11 attacks involved 19 men who split into 4 teams. Together, they hijacked 4 jets and turned them into giant bombs. The attack was well planned and accomplished almost everything al-Qaeda set out to do. Bin Laden approved a plan to hijack passenger jets and fly them into planes that symbolized the United States. In New York City, the targets were the Twin Towers. In Washington, D.C., the targets were the Pentagon, which is headquarters for the U.S. military, and possibly either the White House or the Capitol building, where the Senate and House of Representatives meet. Osama bin Laden selected 4 men to move to the United States and learn to fly passenger planes. They would not bother learning how to land the planes because they would be crashing them into the buildings. Other men in al-Qaeda were trained to take over the crew and keep control of the passengers so that the hijackers could fly the planes to their targets. 4 flights were chosen. Each was leaving the East Coast for California. All the targeted buildings were on the East Coast, so the planes would not be in the air for long. They would be almost completely full of fuel when they crashed. More fuel meant a bigger explosion and more damage. American Airlines Flight 11 flew out of Boston's Logan Airport at 7:59 a.m. About 47 minutes later, it reached its target. People near the Twin Towers heard the roar of a low-flying jet. It was traveling at 440 miles per hour and went straight into the North Tower. It hit the building, instantly killing everyone on board, 92 passengers and crew, as well as the 5 hijackers. United Airlines Flight 175 left Logan Airport at 8:14 a.m. At 9:03 a.m., it hit floors 78 through 87 in the South Tower. It carried 56 passengers and crew and 5 hijackers. A third airplane, American Airlines Flight 77, with 64 people, passengers plus crew, and 5 hijackers on board, took off from Washington's Dulles International Airport at 8:20 a.m. It slammed into the Pentagon building outside of Washington, D.C., killing 125 workers, as well as everyone on the plane. The fourth plane, United Airlines Flight 93, took off from Newark International Airport at 8:42 a.m. Soon after the terrorists seized control of the jet, passengers on Flight 93 heard on their cell phones about the other hijackings. They knew what was going to happen and decided to fight back. Some rushed the cockpit to overpower the hijacker flying the plane, but he crashed it into a field in central Pennsylvania. The 40 passengers and crew, as well as 4 hijackers, were killed. That plane had possibly been heading to Washington, D.C., but because of the brave passengers, it never reached its target. As news broke about the crash into the North Tower, many thought it was an accident. After the second plane hit the South Tower, it became clear that this was an attack. That's when first responders, rescue teams, began arriving. There were police, firefighters, and ambulance crews. They rushed into the buildings to save trapped workers and give first aid. By this time, most office workers inside the towers had gotten out. The best guess is that between 8,000 and 12,000 escaped. However, almost everyone on floors above the points of impact were trapped. Fortunately, one stairway did remain open in the South Tower, and because of that, 18 people who were above the 87th floor did escape. As for people on lower floors, some who could have gotten out more easily didn't. They stayed at their desk, often after being told it was safer inside than out on the streets. This was terrible advice. Of course, no one realized that the Twin Towers would collapse, or how soon it would happen. At 9:59 a.m., the South Tower fell, killing everyone inside and sending a tremendous cloud of dust and debris into the air. Less than half an hour later, at 10:28 a.m., the North Tower collapsed. 2,606 innocent people died. In all, 2,977 victims died on September 11, 2001. The 19 hijackers also died. In the weeks after 9/11, firefighters, police, and construction workers continued searching for survivors. Sadly, they found no one. They also didn't fully realize how dangerous the polluted air was. In 2007, the names of people who became sick and died from working at Ground Zero began to be added to the official 9/11 death toll. Quite a lot of pictures right here in this little section. See if I can at least kind of show them to you as we go through. Everyone remembers where they were on this day. That's Osama bin Laden here. It's part of the memorial. See the two lights for the two towers. And this is the memorial now. I'll show you some video of this. It's really beautiful.